Are you able to see my video?
Yes, Mataji.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. So I'll share the screen now. Now also, Mataji, are you able to see my video?
No, Mataji.
Now, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Hare Krishna. So today we'll be starting chapter 11, the universal form. And before we start the class, let's take the blessings of the beautiful deities of ISKCON Mangaluru, Sri Sri Radha Govinda Ji. Sri Sri Radha Govinda Ji ki Jai. Okay. So yesterday we saw 10.1 to 10. Not yesterday, but overall 10.1 to 10.7 we saw Krishna's position as the origin of everything, and 10.8 to 10.11 these are the four main shlokas, the Chatur shloka, which is the summary of the Bhagavad Gita. We saw that also, and 10.12 to 10.42 we saw how Arjuna accepts that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and on his request, Arjuna asks Krishna to show all his opulences, and Krishna, he shows a few of the a fraction of the opulences. Among all the limitless opulences, Krishna just shows a fraction of the main opulences. So we saw that yesterday. Now, chapter 11 today. Okay. What happens? Last verse, chapter 10. What does Krishna say? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support the entire universe. That is 10.42. That is the last shloka. So Arjuna wishes to see that all pervasive form of the Lord. So in the concluding yesterday in chapter 10, Krishna says that, see, I am not directly present. I don't run the material world personally, but through my energies, it is being run. So now Arjuna is inquisitive, like he's so interested. He wants to see how this material world is running. So what is that form which is helping? How is it running? He wanted to see that. So we see here, right? Arjuna wishes to see that all pervasive form of the Lord. So how is it that Krishna is present throughout the world? He wanted to see that form. So although Krishna is driving Arjuna's chariot, he pervades and supports the entire universe. Okay, Arjuna therefore wishes to see Krishna's all pervading form. So Arjuna requests Krishna to reveal his universal form. So it might look that Krishna is just present on the chariot with Arjuna. Okay, but he's still, through his energies, he's still present throughout the material world. He's present through his energies. That is what we should understand. So that form, how is he present in the material world? So he wants to see that form. So Arjuna requests Krishna to reveal his universal form. Okay. So this is the division. Okay. So 11.1 to 11.8. So this is section A. So Arjuna requests Krishna's description of his universal form. So 1 to 4, we'll see that how Arjuna requests Krishna to show him the all-pervading form, which he spoke of in chapter 10. So in 1 to 4, we'll see of the universal form, like Krishna was telling, right? Though he is not personally present, he doesn't run personally the material world. How is he present? Through his energies, right? So how is that? So he said, like, he's doing everything. He's the cause of all causes. He's maintaining. He's creating, he destroys, he creates, and everything he does, he says, right? So Arjuna, he's inquisitive, like he wants to know how this universal form looks, which Krishna described in the earlier chapter. So now let's see what will happen. So in 5 to 8, Krishna first described this universal form before showing it to Arjuna. Okay, and then he then bestows upon Arjuna the divine eyes necessary to see it. So first he describes the universal form, and then he gives the divine vision to see it. Otherwise, normally we can't see Lord's form, right? So he gives divine eyes. Okay, so 11.1. Okay, Arjuna Uvacha Mad Anugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Samnitam Yat Tvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. So Arjuna said, I've heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled. So now Arjuna is saying, see, now like in my mind, I have no doubt that you are not I understood that you are not a common, like a common man. Okay, till now I took you as my friend. Okay, but I understood that you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now my illusion is gone now. Because how? By your mercy. Because of your mercy, you could instruct me so many things, that you are the cause of all the, like, though you are not present in the material world, through your energies, you are governing everything. I could understand how great your energies are, how you're the cause of all causes, and nothing in this material world and the spiritual world runs, independent of the Lord. So you have given me all reasons to show that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also in the last class, what Krishna says, Arjuna says that not even me. Everybody may think that Arjuna, since he's the best friend and cousin of Krishna, that is why he's praising Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But what Arjuna says, even in the Vedas also it is said, and who all are saying, other sages, Asita, Devala, Narada, Vedavyas, all are saying that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And finally, what Arjuna says, Krishna, you yourself are also saying that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all these come together. Krishna, Arjuna is telling, now my illusion is dispelled. Okay, so I've heard all your instructions. Okay, see here. Okay. So, actually, let's see Prabhupada's purport, okay? So, this chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes, okay? Because Krishna is going to show the universal form, right? How he is the cause of all causes. In this chapter, we'll see. Okay, he is even the cause of Mahavishnu. So, we saw yesterday, right, last shloka, how he is indirectly the cause of creation of the material world. It happens through Mahavishnu. And we saw how Mahavishnu comes, like we saw the expansions, like how from Krishna Balram comes, from Balram the four Chaturvyuhas come, and from the Chaturvyuha Sankarshana is there, right? From Sankarshana, Narayana comes, and from Narayana again the second Chaturvyuha comes. Okay, and from that Chaturvyuha, we get from the second Chaturvyuha of Sankarshan, we get the incarnation of Mahavishnu. And from Mahavishnu, we get the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu expands to Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so this much process is there. Okay, so that is how we understand that Krishna is even the cause of Mahavishnu, from whom the material universes emanate. So Krishna is not an incarnation, as many people think that from Vishnu Krishna has come. That is what everybody thinks, because we are so much addicted to serials and movies, and they show that from Vishnu Krishna comes. But Krishna is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations. that has, and yesterday's class also we saw why proof from all the Vedas, different Upanishads, and all the books we saw, Puranas we saw, how Krishna is the source of all incarnations. It is not from Vishnu that Krishna comes. Okay, and now also we describe the flow, right? How from Krishna Mahavishnu comes. Okay, so he is the source of all incarnations. So that has been completely explained in the, we saw in the last chapter. Now Arjuna says that his illusion is over. So this means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. So now he considers Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. So Arjuna is very glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he's thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. Okay, since Arjuna is a devotee, he understood now perfectly through all the explanation that Krishna has given through by showing all his opulences, everything, evidences, everything. He understood, but not everybody may accept that. Okay, so for such people, why is Arjuna is asking what? So in order to, because common people like us don't accept, right? Many of us don't accept Krishna as a supreme personality. We see outside many non-devotees, right? They don't accept Krishna, so they go to worship Shiva, Brahma, Durga, Saraswati, Ganesha, like that. But they don't accept Krishna as the supreme personality of God. For them, so what? Um, Arjuna is asking, in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. So we saw in the last chapter all the opulences, right? So now those opulences together in one form, Arjuna is asking to show. Okay, all the opulences that Krishna explains, right? These are few, a fraction of my opulences. So those, how he is running, through whom? So that material energy, he wanted to see the universal form. So that is why he's requesting, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show. Because anyway, he understood now Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. But some people, like the non-devotees, common people who are ignorant, they don't understand. So for them, Arjuna is asking to show your universal form, wherein all these opulences are present. So actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. So actually, we'll see in the later shlokas how initially when Krishna shows the universal form, Arjuna gets very frightened. Okay, but finally, Arjuna requests, see, I'm getting, I'm not able to see this form of yours. Please come back to your normal form. So then Krishna, he comes back to his Vishnu form, four-handed form, and then from the Vishnu four-handed form, he again converts into his original two-handed form, that is Krishna. Okay, that is the original form. In his two-handed form as Krishna. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's grace. So now finally Arjuna is telling that, see, I was able to understand Krishna by Krishna's grace. Otherwise, how can we understand God, right? So we cannot understand by our own mental speculation, like the Gnanis, right? They try to read the books and they try to understand by themselves. And how about the common people? They're so ignorant, they don't understand Krishna, right? Who is the cause of all causes. So Arjuna, he is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as a super soul. So that also yesterday we saw, right? How as Shirodaka Sai Vishnu, he enters into every atom and every living entity in the material universe. Okay, he is present as super soul. Okay, so now let's see the chart here. Okay, so this is the, okay, So this is the chart. So by hearing everything that has said, Arjuna's illusion is removed. So what happens by hearing? What is the effect of hearing most confidential knowledge? Okay, what happens? All illusion is dispelled. Okay, so when you hear about Krishna, what happens? All your illusion is dispelled. So otherwise, what are we thinking? We are thinking that we are body, we are what we have to do. Our goal is to be comfortable in life, earn more money, be more comfortable. So we don't know actually what is our goal. After hearing, we'll understand what is that. We are actually our swarupa is to serve the Lord. We are actually not the body, we are soul. Actually, soul and body is different. So we come to that understanding. Okay, so all illusion is dispelled, and in yellow we can see that Krishna's supremacy overall is revealed. See, when our illusion is gone, so we don't no longer think about our sense gratification. We understand that our swarupa is to serve the Lord, to satisfy the senses of the Lord. So we understand how great Krishna is through that knowledge, most confidential knowledge. We understand Krishna's supremacy over all is it is revealed. So we understand. So when we understand Krishna is great, obviously we surrender, right? Here also in this material world, if we want some work to be done, so we go to some politician or some great person, like some influential person, and we bend before them, and till we want, because we want to get our work done. So Krishna is like he is the person who created all of such persons. Okay, so he is the supreme personality of Godhead. When we know that he is the cause of all causes, we surrender to him. Okay, and how is this illusion dispelled? How is Arjuna's ignorance dispelled? He's saying that by the grace, by the power of Krishna's grace, his illusion is dispelled. So only by Krishna's mercy can our ignorance go away, and can we get that true knowledge. Okay. And what illusion is dispelled? That Krishna is an ordinary friend or a human being. So now, because he is now in full knowledge, he understands that Krishna is not an ordinary friend. He is or a human being. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. So in chapter 11, what does Krishna reveal? He reveals about the material nature, the living entities, gods, incarnations through Mahavishnu. Okay, so we'll see that. How from Mahavishnu all these people come. The material nature, the living entities, the demigods, incarnations, all come, we'll see. Okay. So now 11.2 to 11.4. Okay. So in 11.2, what are they saying? Oh, lotus-eyed one. Arjuna is saying, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity as realized through your inexhaustible glories. Okay, so in the previous chapter, we saw that Krishna says, I am the source of the appearance and disappearance of this material manifestation, right? So Krishna says that through Mahavishnu, he is one of the Purusha avatar of Krishna, and we saw that how Mahavishnu comes from Krishna, right? We saw that flow. Now also I said in the beginning of the class, okay? So he through Mahavishnu, he is the source of appearance. See, actually all these universes come when Mahavishnu, when he takes one breath out, when we breathe in and breathe out, right? Like that, Mahavishnu, when he breathes out from the pores of his body, innumerable universes, limitless universes come out from his body. Okay, so that is how creation happens. And these universes that come, they float in the Karana ocean, as if like some small balls, they float on the Karana ocean, causal ocean. Okay, so where Mahavishnu is lying. So he lies on a serpent, right, in the water, and all the universes that are coming from his body are floating in the Karna ocean. Okay, and what happens? How the material manifestation is destroyed when the pralaya happens, right? When pralaya happens, he again absorbs everything, all the universes into himself. Okay, so we saw that in the last chapter that Krishna says that I am the source of the appearance and disappearance of this entire material manifestation. So Arjuna knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearance and disappearance, he is aloof from them. Okay, because through his energies, he's aloof. Why? He's actually present in Goloka Vrindavan always, Krishna. So he doesn't come and do all. There's actually no need for him to come to the material world and do all these, because like how a rich man, he doesn't. If he wants to build a house, will he personally take the brick, cement, everything, and will he build? No, right? He has some workers for which he pays the money, right? So, like that, Krishna is actually happily enjoying in Goloka Vrindavan, but he's running this material world through his energies, through his Purusha avatars. Okay, so that is why he's aloof from them. Okay, he's different. He, though he's like he controls. He's like he understands what is happening through these energies. Okay, through the through the Purusha avatars. As the Lord has said in the ninth chapter, He is all pervading. Okay, he's there everywhere, yet he is not personally present. Okay, we understood, right? Though he is actually there in Goloka Vrindavan, he is not personally present in the material world, but through his energies, he is present everywhere. Okay, so that is the inconceivable opulence of Krishna. So we can't even imagine, like, inconceivable means it's beyond our human mind, the opulence of Krishna. See how he controls all the planets, how the planets they stay in the orbit. Imagine each universe, how much it weighs. And all these planets, the sun, the moon, the planets, all are there rotating in their orbit and they're running. Nobody, one planet is not clashing with the other planet. So nothing is happening. Everything is happening so systematically. The sun rises at a particular time, the moon rises at a particular time. So everything is happening systematically. How all this is happening is like we can't even imagine. So that is why it is Prabhupada is saying that is the inconceivable. We can't even imagine the opulence of Krishna. So, which Arjuna admits that he has thoroughly understood. So, Arjuna understood that now of his opulences. Okay. So, now let's see third shloka. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Okay. So Arjuna, he's asking Krishna, see, even though you're not personally present, but you said, right, through your energies you're governing, I want to see that form of yours. Okay. See, the Lord said that because he has entered into the material universe by his personal representation, that is the Purusha avatars, okay? The cosmic manifestation has been made possible and this is going on. So Arjuna accepts the statements of Krishna, okay? But he accepts because he's a devotee. He by Krishna's mercy, he is able to understand that Krishna is doing all this and he's the supreme personality of Godhead. But why is he asking Krishna to show the universal form? In order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person. See, nowadays also many people think that Krishna, he died at so and so time. This is his burial ground. He died, he lived like a king. He's a king. Many people say that. They don't understand Krishna as supreme personality of Godhead. Okay? So that is why Arjuna, on that purpose, because in Kali Yuga, everybody's moda, they're ignorant, they don't know the facts, and they don't have the, what do you say, energy to go through all these books and understand that why Krishna is the supreme personality of God. They don't have that much patience. Okay, and if you see also on YouTube now, nobody has the patience to even if the video is given in detail for 1 hour, nobody has the patience. If there is a spiritual class, nobody has the patience to listen to that class also. 1 hour means Oh my God, no. That's why shorts have come now. See, anything you want, you tell me in 5 minutes. I will understand. Beyond that is, I can't. They are like impatient. They don't have that much, this thing, patience, the tolerance, they don't have. Everything, it has to come like this to them. Okay, so that's why Arjuna is he accepts. But in order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desired to see him actually in his universal form. So for many people, like who don't, common people and impersonalists, Mayavadis who don't believe that, for them Krishna is asking to show his universal form, to see how he's acting from within the universe, although he is apart from it. Okay, although Krishna is there in Goloka Vrindavan, how is he? How is the universe functioning through his energies? He wanted to see that. So Arjuna is addressing the Lord as Purushottama. So this is also significant. Prabhupada says, since why Purushottama? He's trying to say that Krishna is a person. Purusha Uttama means what? He's a Uttama among all the persons. He's the highest person. Okay. So he's a person. So God is a person. So since the Lord is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's present within Arjuna himself. Okay, how is he present in Arjuna? So he is present as Paramatma, like we all know, right? Super soul. So because Krishna is present as super soul in everybody, he can understand that Arjuna actually is not desiring to see his universal form. So Krishna understood, but for Arjuna is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. So he understands now because Krishna is there as Paramatma in all of us, in every living entity, everywhere, right? So he understands, oh, Arjuna is actually not interested to see the universal form, but for common man who thinks that Krishna is an ordinary man, for him, or an impersonalist or atheist, for them, he's asking so that they believe that Krishna has a form. Okay, for him. Okay, so but the Lord can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. Okay, Arjuna did not have any personal desire for confirmation. So Krishna also, and one more reason, Krishna is telling, Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criterion. Why? For in the future, there will be many people who would pose themselves as incarnations of the God. See, now Kali Yuga, many people say that I am Kalki, this is Kalki, I am Kalki. All of us know, right? Very better. I am Kalki, I am the incarnation of Krishna. People keep saying all these things and they loot people, innocent people. Okay. So here, for such people, if anybody says that I am Krishna or I'm an incarnation of Krishna, we can ask them, please show your universal form. So Krishna, he showed the universal form. So if you are Krishna or incarnation of Krishna, then show the universal form. So we should ask them if they are really confirming that they're supreme personality of God. Then we should ask them. So for such purpose, also Arjuna is asking. So that many will say that I mean, like I am God. So when anybody says they are God, you can ask them. Okay, show your supreme personality. Krishna showed right that time to Arjuna. So now you also show supreme the universal form. Then I will accept that you are God. So for such reasons, okay, many people would pose themselves as incarnation of God. So the people therefore should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. Okay, so these are the two reasons: to show the ordinary people, and that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. And second is like those who say that I am God, I am Krishna, or incarnation of Krishna. For such people in Kali Yuga, we should ask them, okay, if you are God, show the universal form. Okay, for these two reasons. Okay, but not for Arjuna's sake. Arjuna, he is convinced now that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, and 4, we'll go to the next shloka. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that universal self. So now Arjuna is thinking, asking Krishna, see, if you think I'm eligible to see your cosmic form, that universal form, Krishna, please kindly show me that universal form. Okay. See, it is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. See, we can't see Krishna by our material senses, right? But if one is engaged in the loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then when one can see the Lord by revelation. See, it's not that you cannot order Lord. See, I am doing devotional service from far past 30, 40 years. Now, come on, you have to show me your form. You can't order the Lord. Okay. So there's no hard and fast rule. It's up to Krishna. If he wants to reveal, he will reveal. Only when Krishna is happy, satisfied, it's up to him. Like if he wants to reveal, he will reveal his form. Okay, that's up to him. So we can't force. Oh, I've been doing from 30 years. Krishna, come on, now you have to show me. No, you have to come on. You can't order Krishna. Okay, so you just have to wait. Be patient. Do your job. Serve the Lord. Whenever the Lord is pleased, he will reveal himself. Okay, so that's what they're saying. See, but if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Only if the Lord is pleased by his will, he can show himself to the devotees, right? So every living entity is only a spiritual spark. So we are all what? Small spirit souls. Okay. Therefore, for us, it's not possible for us to see or understand the Supreme Lord. Okay. We can't understand Krishna. Okay. So Arjuna, as a devotee, does not see, even Arjuna himself is not able to understand Lord. What about us? Okay. So Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Okay, so he understands. Arjuna also, he didn't understand. Till now, he was thinking Krishna was his friend, right? But only after Krishna revealed to him that he's Supreme Personality of Godhead by his causeless mercy, then he could understand. Okay, so Arjuna is such a pure devotee. So, such a person, he could not understand Krishna. What about all of us? So, that's why what we have to do to understand Krishna, we just have to serve the Lord and wait for him to reveal. Okay, so Arjuna could understand that for a living entity, it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. So, obviously, we can't understand Krishna, he is limitless. It's beyond our capacity. We can't understand him. Okay. So if the infinite reveals himself, see, if Krishna himself reveals, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. Okay. Only through the mercy of Krishna can we understand Krishna, not by our mental speculation or like how the Gnanis, they think by reading all these books they think they're intelligent. We can do everything by ourselves. We'll read, we'll understand Krishna. And what they finally understand, he is impersonal. That is what they understand. They don't understand that Krishna is a person and is the Supreme Personality of God. Okay. And here in the shloka, actually, we didn't read the shloka, but here in the shloka, there is a word Yogeshwara. Prabhupada says that Yogeshwara word is also very significant. So, because the Lord has inconceivable power. So, he's the Yogeshwara means what? He's the topmost yogi, Ishvara among all the yogis. So, he has so much power because the Lord has, why is he called Yogeshwara? Because he's so much powerful, inconceivable power. It's inconceivable means beyond our human brain, human mind. We can't understand. He's so powerful. Okay, that's why he is the Ishvara of all the yogis. He's the highest yogi. Okay, if he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Okay, therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. So here, Arjuna, that's why he's requesting. Okay, please, Krishna, show me. He does not give orders, Krishna orders. He's not ordering, oh, Krishna, come on, show me, I'm your devotee. Come on, show me. No, not like that. He's saying, by your, like, he's pleading, he's requesting for the grace, mercy of Krishna. Please show me your universal form. Okay, only if you want to show, then only I can see, otherwise, I cannot see. He's requesting. So Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so it's up to Krishna. If he thinks that if he finds that the soul or devotee is completely taken shelter of him or surrendered to him and engages in devotional service, and even then we are not sure. It's up to Krishna, right? It's up to him. If he wants to reveal, he'll reveal. But that is a process, okay? So we have to do loving devotional service to the Lord. So then maybe the Lord will be happy with our service, and then maybe there is a chance that he will reveal his form to us. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculation to see Krishna. See, these nannies, they depend on their strength. They think we, through by reading the books, we can understand God, everything. No, it is not possible to see Krishna. Okay, so that's what is being said here. So now let's go to the fifth shloka. So this is the same thing that is repeated here in text 3, what is said, why Arjuna requests Krishna to show his universal form. So you can please read the PPT. The same thing is repeated. So we'll just not waste time. Okay, so 11.13, everything is discussed. Okay. Okay, this is 4. Again, same thing. Qualification to see Lord's form only by revelation by the mercy of the Lord. So not possible by mental speculation or by material senses. And we saw why Lord is addressed as Yogeshwara. Okay. So now we will see 11.5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, 5. So the blessed Lord said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, behold now my opulences and hundreds of thousands of varied divine forms, multicolored like the sea. Let's see if Prabhupada has given an explanation for that. Yeah. Okay, so Arjuna, he wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which although is a transcendental form, because anything that comes from the Lord is transcendental, right? Spiritual. Okay, so even though it has come from, it's a universal form, it's only for this material thing, but still it is transcendental. Okay, because everything concerning the Lord is transcendental. Okay, is just manifested for the, even though his universal form, which although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation. So this universal form is just manifested. It has come into existence. Why? Only for this, as long as this material world is there, this temporary world is there, it is manifested. And it is only for this material world. Okay, and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. So as long as this material nature is there, it is just created for this material world. Okay, as the material nature is manifested and not manifested, we know, right, this material world, it comes at a certain time and it is annihilated at a certain time, right? So similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non-manifested, like that. Like how the material world, it starts at a certain time and it ends at a certain time, like that the universal of Krishna, form of Krishna, is also manifest. It comes into existence and then it disappears. Okay, it is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. So we have to, this is important. So we should not think that universal form is a spiritual form. It is existing forever in the eternal world, in the spiritual world, like other forms. What are the other forms we can see in the spiritual world? We can see Vishnu, Rama, Narsimha, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this universal form is not like that. It is not there in the spiritual world. We've discussed now, right? This is only created by Krishna, only for this material world. So it stays as long as this material world is there, it is manifest. When it is annihilated, it is no longer there. It is not a permanent feature, it is temporary. Okay, so it is not like Lord Rama has a particular dham in the spiritual world, he stays there. It's not that the universal form has a form in the spiritual world. No. Okay, they don't have their nothing like place. It is just temporary. It is just for the cosmic manifestation. It was created. So, as far as the devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form. See, devotees, don't want to see this ghastly form of the universal form. It is so fearful, right? So, devotees, they don't want to see all this. But they're just interested in seeing the beautiful, attractive form of Krishna. We can't just take our eyes off Krishna. Is there any God who is as beautiful as Krishna? Is so attractive, right? We can't take our eyes off Krishna. Okay, so devotees, they don't want to see these ghastly forms, opulent forms of the Lord. So they want to see the beautiful form of Krishna. Okay, but because why he showed the universal form? Only because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way. So Krishna reveals this universal form. So this universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Okay, so Krishna must give one the power to see it. See, obviously, any form of Krishna is transcendental, right? So we need that vision to see, because we are with material senses, so we can't see the divine form, right? So that's why, like when Krishna gives Arjuna the power to see it, he gives the divine eyes to see the divine form. So we can't see Krishna with our material eyes, right? Even though it's the universal form, it is just created for this material world. But whatever comes from the Lord, his form is like transcendental. So to see the transcendental form, he has to get transcendental eyes, divine eyes, right? So that's what. So Krishna must give one the power to see it. So he must give the power to see it. Okay. So in 6, oh best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. So Krishna is showing, like yesterday we discussed all the opulences, right? So one by one in this universal form, he's telling, see Arjuna, see all these Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, see all the demigods, you see. Behold all the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. So Krishna is telling nobody has seen all these till now. Okay, you're the first one who is seeing everything. See, even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it was still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. Okay, here it is stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms and manifestation. So now Krishna reveals these wonderful forms. So if Krishna doesn't reveal, did we know that all these Adityas, Maruts, and everybody was there? No, right? We wouldn't know. So that is why Krishna is telling Arjuna, see, nobody knows all these forms. Now, because you asked, I am showing you all these wonderful forms. Please look. He's telling Arjuna. Okay. Now let's see the 7th shloka. Whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. So everything is here completely. So this is very important. Like, see, if we are in this material world, now suppose we are in, for instance, you are in a particular place, like for instance, you are in Bangalore. You can, I mean, hardly you can't see what is going on outside in your house itself. What is happening? Forget about going to some other different place uh, or seeing Hyderabad or Bombay or some other place. Forget about that. Sitting at one place, you can see wherever you are. Our senses are limited, right? So we can see what is in the range. Suppose we are sitting in a room, we can see what is in that room. Beyond that room, also in the house, we can't see, right? But here, Krishna is saying, see Arjuna. Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot and they were seeing the universal form. They were seeing all the different planets, all the different demigods, everything. Now Krishna is saying, see, for you, I put everything in one form. Now see everything. Just sitting on the chariot, Arjuna is able to see all the planets. Everything he is able to see. He is able to see what is happening in the present. Forget about seeing the worlds and everything. He's seeing past, present, future also he's seeing. Besides seeing everybody, he's there. He's seeing what is happening in the future, what is going to happen in the future, what is happening now, past, everything. So Krishna is, that is what he's saying. So you can see everything in this body. Okay, so that is what. Let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. See, no one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Can we see? Our senses are so limited. We can just see wherever we are. We can just even hardly we can't see what is happening around our house, in our house also when we are in a particular room. Okay, so no, and in fact, imagine you can't sit here and you can't even see the entire universe sitting in one place, right? So even the most advanced scientist cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe, right? He doesn't understand. He can understand probably what is going on in this universe, but other universes he can't understand. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Why? Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. So, thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything. Okay? So, this we should understand. Okay? Everything he's seeing, everybody, everything, including time, past, present, future, everything in one form, Krishna consolidated in the universal form, and he is able to see everything. So Krishna is saying, see now, whatever you want to see, you can see now. Okay. Okay, everything is here completely, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you the divine eyes by which you can behold my mystic opulence. Okay. Now, let's go to 8. न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्यामे योगमैश्वरम्. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. So, what is Krishna saying? See, with these present eyes, you cannot see me. So, I will give you transcendental divine eyes. So, with those eyes, you can see all my opulences. Okay? So, let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. Okay? A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with 2 hands. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. So it's you can actually it's not, we devotees are not at all bothered about the universal form. They just want to see the beautiful form, meditate on the or serve the beautiful form of Krishna, personal form of Krishna. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. So devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features, not by a godless display of opulences. Okay. So devotees, they actually develop that relationship with Krishna. Okay. They want that relationship. It's not that like the impersonalists, they just want to merge with the Lord and they become one with God. And what do they do afterwards? They're just in that light. What? Nothing. There is no happiness, no ananda. What will they do? If you are given a chance to sit in a room with nothing, just see the light, meditate on the light, how is life? No, right? You can't stay even for a few minutes, literally. Okay, so they want to develop that relation. See, when we have, see how what is devotional service? We serve the Lord, right? We cook for the Lord, we dress the Lord, we bathe the Lord, we do abhisheka to the Lord. So everything, it is like we are trying to develop, have a relationship with Krishna. Okay, so the playmates of Krishna, the friends of, and here we'll see in the next, I will show you in the slide how there are different relationships that we can have with Krishna. There are actually totally 12 rasas, 5 are main, and remaining 7 are secondary. The first five, you all of you, I mean, commonly know, like Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, then you have what is this? Vatsalya Rasa, and then Madhurya Rasa. So remaining 7 also we'll see after reading the purport. Okay, what are they? What are the secondary rasas? Okay, devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features, not by a godless display of opulence. So they're not, devotees are not interested by the opulences. So now Krishna is seeing so many opulences in one form, that is universal form. Actually, it is not, he does not interest him. But just for, we saw, right, 2 reasons why. So that is why he asked Krishna to show his universal form. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna, see, they never want to show his opulences. Okay, they never ask Krishna to show your opulences. They take Krishna as he is. Like now, Yashoda Maya, even though she was so many times shown the universal form, in, I mean, like opulences in the mouth of Krishna, she was like bewildered. I mean, like, what? Is this my child or not? How come I'm seeing all this? Then by Yogamaya potency, Krishna tries to cover her, and then she thinks, oh, no, 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 how can, he's my normal child, my child, he's so fearful. How can he kill demons? How can he do all this? It is Lord Vishnu, Narayana, who is helping, who's protecting Krishna. That is why he is able to kill the demons. It looks like they don't think that Krishna himself has killed the demons. They don't think that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. They don't want to see his opulences also. See, we see, right, when Akrura comes and takes all the Krishna to Mathura, and then one fine day, all because of some Chandragrahan or something, all of them meet in Kurukshetra. Radharani and all the Brajvasis, they come and meet Krishna there. But what does Radharani say? See, you're the same Krishna, I'm the same Radharani, but now he's looking like a king, right? He's dressed up in all those ornaments and everything. So Krishna, Radharani is telling, see, you're the same Krishna, I'm the same Radharani, but my heart is hankering for Vrindavan, where you were simply a cowherd boy. Okay, and I'm a simple a milkmaid girl, I mean Gopi. So I want you to come and be like that. So she is not interested in the opulent form like he was dressed as a king, right? So she said, no, I'm not interested. I want you to come back to Vrindavan and be that same cowherd boy. Okay, I'm not able to relish that sweetness here. Okay, so these Brajvasis, they're not interested in all these opulences. Devotees are not interested. Okay, so they are so much immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is, see, they don't even know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, in their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the supreme Lord. Uh, Forget about, I mean, like the spiritual. Here in the material world itself, many devotees, they take Krishna as their child. They bathe Krishna, and they just like how a normal child we take care, they take care of Krishna so much. In winter, they put sweaters, and when it's hot in the summer, they put coolers. Okay, and all these things they do. I mean, like what when a small child drinks milk, they give him milk. What all is required, like how Krishna is They treat Krishna like a child. The devotees, they're so absorbed. I mean, like they develop that relationship here in the material world itself. If it is like that, imagine the devotion. I mean, like in the spiritual world. Okay, so they don't want to see all these opulence. They're not least bothered. Okay, so they want to see Krishna as Krishna, as in Vrindavan, not even like how he is in Dwaraka or Mathura, all that, they're not interested. They want Krishna as he is, how he is in Vrindavan. Okay, so that is the highest realization, Prabhupada says. Not even, I mean, like, that is Krishna as a king in Dwaraka and Mathura also, but still, this is the highest form we can meditate on Krishna and when he's in Vrindavan as a cowherd boy. Okay, so in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many births, they are able to play with Krishna. So we all see these people in boys in Vrindavan, Gopas in Vrindavan. So they also actually, before they became friends of Krishna, they were all rishis. They performed severe penances. Okay, and after many pious activities, then after many doing such pious activities, performing devotional service, and after many births, now they are friends of Krishna, and that's why they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys, they do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as a personal friend. So we know, right, how the friends of Krishna, they don't respect him. They get on to him, they fight with him, they wrestle with him, they eat with him. Just like a normal friends, how do we do? We fight, we eat together, we laugh together, we spend time together, like that. Krishna was there with all. They never thought that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, we should respect him. That thought even didn't come. They, in fact, they say that, oh, Krishna is, he can't even fight with us. He always loses in a wrestling match. So they do joke like that. Okay, like that. So they don't consider Krishna. I mean, they don't even know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. They just take him. They maintain that relationship. Oh, he's our friend. He's our friend. Like how the gopis, he's our lover. They say Krishna. And how like Nand Baba and Yashoda Maya, they say he's our son. Whatever opulences are displayed, also it is out of their mind. They don't even after seeing also they don't think that Krishna is God. Okay, they maintain that relationship. Okay, they take him. So the gopas, they take him as a personal friend. Therefore, Sukadev Goswami writes in this verse, here is the Supreme Person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages. So in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse is there, 10.12.11. Okay, in 10th canto, 12th chapter, 11th shloka, where Sukadeva Goswami says, here is the Supreme Person. Actually, he is the Supreme Person, right? Who is considered what? The impersonal Brahman. But great sages, the Gnanis, consider him as impersonal Brahman. The Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotees. So the devotees consider him as Supreme Personality of Godhead and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now, these boys who have performed many pious activities in their past lives are playing with that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what so you've seen, right? Sukadev Goswami is telling that these boys have performed so many pious activities in their past lives. That is why they're able to play with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the fact is that the devotee is not concerned with seeing the Vishwarupa. So they're not interested in the universal form opulences, no. But Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statements so that in the future people could understand that Krishna is not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the supreme, but actually presented himself as such to Arjuna. So it's not that Krishna is telling verbally. Earlier in chapter 10, Krishna was telling theoretically, right? Philosophically, through knowledge, he's telling, yeah, I'm not physically present here, but through my energies, I'm present. But now Arjuna is telling practically also, if he sees, that proof will be there. The Gopal Snana Jayashree. So practically also, if we see, that theoretical and philosophical thing will be clarified, right? Now people won't think, oh, Krishna only said in 10th chapter that theoretically that, oh, I am present here like this, though I'm in Goloka Vrindavan. So to nullify that statement, Arjuna is asking practically also, now you show your universal form. Okay, so we all should also follow, understand Krishna as Arjuna did, and so Arjuna understood Krishna, understood that Krishna is not only theoretically presented himself as supreme, but actually revealed himself as the supreme. So he showed practically to Arjuna also that, okay, see, I am there. It's not theoretically telling or philosophically, I'm just giving knowledge. See, I am there. See, my all appearances. See, Arjuna, see. Okay, so the Lord gave Arjuna the necessary power to see his universal form. Okay, so he gives that divine eyes because he knew that Arjuna, he could not see, did not particularly want to see it. Okay, so now let's go to the 9th shloka. So this is the same thing. You can refer the PPT. So 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. All this is covered. Okay, we've seen. So now 9th shloka. In this Sanjaya's description of the universal form. Okay, so now Sanjaya describes this universal form to Dhritarashtra. Whatever way he could see, he will explain. So 9 to 13, Sanjaya describes how Krishna bestows upon Arjuna the necessary vision. Arjuna then beholds the Krishna's universal form. And then 14 to 19, Krishna universal form of opulences. It's described what is there in that. And 20 to 31, Krishna Skala Rupa, form of time. So this will be described. Okay. So now let's see 11.9. Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. So Sanjaya said, O king, speaking thus, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Okay, so then finally Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra. So like this, when Krishna was speaking, that I will show you, I will give you divine eyes, and then he personally manifests. So he's telling that, Sanjaya is telling now finally Krishna has displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Okay, 10 to 11, both in one shloka. So Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. See, you can see in the picture right hand side, right? What all he could see. Unlimited eyes, unlimited mouths. It was all wondrous. The form was decorated with divine, dazzling ornaments. You can see, right? All the ornaments also. Dazzling, divine ornaments and arrayed in many garbs. So each is having a different dress. Garb means different dress. He was garlanded gloriously. Okay, so you can see that Krishna is wearing a garland, right? Okay, he was garlanded gloriously. And there were many scents smeared over his body. So he was scented also. That also he could smell, Arjuna. All was magnificent, all expanding, unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. So it was like limitless. Like we can't see where it's starting, where it is ending. So we can't see. Okay, such a universal form was seen by Arjuna. Let's see if Prabhupada has given a purport to this. If not, we'll continue. Yeah. No, this is different. Okay, so 11.12, we see if hundreds of thousands of suns rose up at once in the sky, they might resemble Now, Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra about the universal form. Like, how is it looking like? See, if hundreds of thousands of suns rose up at once into the sky, they might resemble the effulgence of that supreme person in that universal form. So he's saying how effulgent that universal form is like. It is like he's comparing to the material, this thing, sun, to the sun. Like if thousands of sun, see one sun itself in this material world, we can't see with our eyes properly. That glare we can't see. But he's saying, what is Sanjaya saying to Dhritarashtra? It's like the effulgence of the Lord, universal form is like thousands of suns. If they rise at one time, that much effulgent it is there. Okay, so now let us see what Prabhupada says. So we see in the earlier shloka, right, how Sanjay is telling many, he says always many hands, many eyes, like that. So in these two verses, the repeated use of the word many indicates that there was no limit to the number of hands, the mouth, legs, and other manifestations Arjuna was seeing. Okay, that's why that many is used with many hands, many eyes, many everything, many legs, like that. So these manifestations were distributed throughout the universe. Okay, but by the grace of the Lord, Arjuna could see them while sitting in one place. So actually, all these are generally like spread out throughout the universe. But because of Krishna's mercy, Arjuna is able to see all of these opulences in one place itself. That was due to the inconceivable potency of Krishna. Okay. So now in 12, what did we see? What Arjuna saw was indescribable. Yet, see, we cannot describe Lord, right? In his transcendental form, how he looks and everything. Okay. But yet, Sanjaya is trying to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Somehow he's just trying to explain so that Dhritarashtra could understand how that universal form is. So neither Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra was present, but Sanjaya, by the grace of Vyasa, could see whatever happened. Okay, but Dhritarashtra anyway is blind; he can't see. But Sanjaya, he was by the mercy of Vyasa, he could see whatever happened. So he could even see the universal form. Okay, so he's trying to explain to that because, okay, thus he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an imaginable phenomenon. So he's trying to explain this effulgence of the Lord, a universal form, to the extent like how Dhritarashtra can understand. So he's comparing, he's saying that his effulgence, the universal form effulgence, is like thousands of suns. If they come up, rise up once, that much effulgence is there. Okay. So now let's go to 13. Okay. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place. See, who can see all the universes at one place? Right? We can't see. From here, sitting at one place, can we see all the other universes? Forget about universes. We can't even see the next city from sitting from here, right? And nothing we can't see actually, in fact. Okay, just we are trying to compare. So now Arjuna is able to see all the planets, all the universes sitting at one place. Although they are actually divided, actually they were all spread over, right? One planet is in a different place, other planet is in a different place, other unit is in other universe is in a different place. But because of Krishna's mercy, although they are scattered everywhere, he is able to see all these in one place. Okay, so now let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. Okay, so we can see the word tatra, there is very significant. So in the shloka, there means what? They are just sitting on both Arjuna and Krishna are sitting on the chariot when Arjuna saw the universal form. But others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave only the divine vision only to Arjuna. So Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. Okay, at one time only he could see all the planets together. By Krishna's mercy, he was given the divine vision. He could see all the planets. As we learn from the Vedic scriptures, there are many universes and many planets. Yes, some of them are made of earth. So our planet is made up of, our universe is made of earth. Like that, in the Vedas, it is written that some planets are made of gold, some are made of jewels, some are very great, some are not so great, like that. So, sitting on his chariot, Arjuna, he could see all of these, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna. Okay, because only the divine vision was given to Arjuna and not to anybody on the battlefield. Okay, so nobody was able to understand what was going on. Okay, so now let's go to 14. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna began to pray with folded hands, offering obeisances to the Lord. Okay, seeing this fearful universal form, like you can see in the picture, right? Seeing that, Arjuna was like surprised. Okay, he was bewildered and he was astonished, and his hair was standing on one end. See, why when the hair stands when you're in a shock or when you're happy, right? So here he is out of fear. He was like shocked to see all this, the opulences in the universe all at one place. Okay, so then he prays to offers obeisances to the Lord with folded hands. So let's see what Prabhupada says in his purport. Okay, once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship, what happened to the relation? Earlier it was like friendly, right? So what happened? So once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna changes immediately. So before, Krishna and Arjuna had a relationship based on friendship. But here, after the revelation, like after Krishna manifested his universal form, Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect, and with folded hands, he's praying to Krishna. Okay, because when he saw the wondrous form of the universal form, he understood that, oh my God, all these days I was thinking Krishna is my friend. Then he understood, oh my God, Krishna is so great. And when he saw all the opulences, okay, that is why he's praising the universal form. So now Arjuna's relationship becomes one of wonder. So it has become to respect, awe, respect, rather than a friendship. So great devotees see Krishna as the reservoir. See, the relations we said right earlier, I'll show you now in this sloka it will come. So great devotees see Krishna as the reservoir of all relationships. See, for Krishna also, he wants a person, a living entity, to be in a relationship. Not, he doesn't like people, the Brahmanas, worshipping through the Vedas like that. That's okay. I mean, that is also kind of worship, but he always wants to enter into a relationship. Okay? So, great devotees see Krishna as a reservoir of all relationships. Okay, so in the scriptures, there are 12 basic kinds of relationships mentioned, and all of them are present in Krishna. So it is said that he's the ocean of all relationships. Okay, so we'll see now in the next slide, we'll see all the 12 kind of rasas. So what are the rasas that Krishna enjoys between two living entities? What is that? One is between Krishna and the gods, one is between Krishna and his devotees. So there are different types of rasas for that. We'll see that in the next slide now. Here, Arjuna was inspired by the relationship of wonder. So we said, right, first 5 are primary, 7 are secondary. So in that secondary 7, so this wonder is there. Adbhutam, that rasa is there. So now Arjuna, from friendship, he has changed to a relationship of wonder because he was astonished seeing that form. And in that wonder, although he was actually by nature is very sober, calm, and quiet, now seeing that form, he became ecstatic, like his hands stood up in that shock. His hair stood up, and he began to offer his obeisances unto the Supreme Lord with folded hands. He was not, of course, afraid. He was not afraid. It is not, but he was affected by the wonders because he saw so many wonderful things at one place, right? So he didn't know what to see, where to see, how to see. It is limitless, everything. So it was very difficult for him to absorb all that. Okay, so his natural loving friendship was overwhelmed by wonder. So earlier friendship, right? Now it is like that rasa is overtaken by wonder. And thus, that's why he reacted in this way. He offered obeisances. Okay, now let's see that next slide wherein that relationships are given here. So you can see the relationships, right? So in the first five, we see the primary rasas. So five primary rasas are the seven secondary rasas. Primary are what? Shanta rasa, neutral, as a tree worships, tree, cow, flute, we know, right? So they come under Shanta rasa. Dasya rasa is like we know, like how Hanuman serves Lord Ram as a servant. Okay, and Sakya Rasa is like how Arjuna serves Krishna, his friendship. Vatsalya is like how Devaki and Vasudev, Nand Baba and Yashoda Maya. And Madhurya is like the gopis. Okay, and we can see all these seven secondary rasas. See, in addition to the five direct mellows, there are seven indirect mellows known as laughter. See, these are the seven: laughter, Hasya, see, one is Hasya, laughter, Adbhut, wonder. So this is what Arjuna is now having. From friendship to Adbhut, wonder. Next three, Veer, chivalry, heroism. Karuna, pathetic feeling, mercy, merciful. Raudra, anger. Bhibatsa is what? Disaster. And Bhaya, fearfulness. Okay, so these are the total 12 rasas. Okay, so now 11.15 to 19, Arjuna speaks of his realization. Now, after seeing the fear, now Arjuna is folding his hands, right? Now, let's see what he reveals through the after seeing the universal form. Now, let's see what he says. So 11.15, Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled together in your body all these demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and many sages and divine serpents." Okay, so he's telling what all he's seeing now, what all his realizations are. Okay, so now let's see what Prabhupada says in 15. Okay, so what is Arjuna saw? Arjuna sees everything in the universe. See, at one time he's able to see everything, right? Because of Krishna's mercy. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in this universe. So Brahma is the first living entity. He's not a god or anything. Okay, he's the first living entity. He's not even a demigod. He's the first jiva, first living entity. And the celestial serpent upon which the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu lies in the lower regions of the universe. Okay, so we know that picture of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, right? How from his navel the lotus flower springs out, and on top of the lotus flower, Lord Brahma sits there. And in the stalk, we know that stalk, right? Stem of the lotus flower, all the 14 planets are there in that stem. Okay, but where is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu? He is in the lower regions, right? From the lower regions, now the stem is going to the higher regions. And the topmost region is Brahma Loka, where Brahma is sitting. So you must have understood, right? So, and one more thing they're saying is, this snake bed is called Vasuki. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, sound. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying on that snake. What is the name of that snake? That is called Vasuki. And there are also other snakes known as Vasuki. So it's not that Vasuki is only the name of a particular snake. What the Prabhupada is trying to clarify is there are many snakes by the name Vasuki. Okay, that is clarified here. So Vasuki means no, not that snake where Samudra Manthan they did, right? We should not think that only one snake is there. There are many snakes by the name of Vasuki. So Arjuna, he could see from the Garbhodaka side Vishnu, like Vishnu was he was in the lower division. Now we see that the lotus flower, how it is growing like this, it is going up, right? So from the lower to the topmost part of the universe of the lotus flower planet, the topmost is what? Brahmaloka. Okay, he could see everything, all the planets he could see. Okay, that means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna, who was sitting in one place on his chariot. Okay, so he could see, like, through the stem, all the 14 planets, like from the lower planets to the highest most planet where Brahma was sitting on the lotus flower. That is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. Okay, so because this was possible, he could see all the planets at once because of the mercy of the Lord. So now let's see Sloka 16. O Lord of the universe, I see in your universal body many, many forms. See, you can see right in the universal form what Arjuna saw. Many, many forms, bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded without limit. There is no end, there is no beginning, and there is no middle to all this. So it is beginningless. We don't know where it is starting, where it is ending. So he could see many, many forms. Okay. So next 17. Your form adorned with various crowns. So we can see, right? Clubs and discs is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, which is fiery and immeasurable like the sun. So what is Arjuna saying? Even though Arjuna was given the divine eyes, he's finding it difficult to see the universal form because that glaring is so much effulgence. Imagine how about us? Okay, with our material senses, we are not able to see one sun only. But how Sanjaya was telling in the earlier verses, right? See, he's telling that the universal form, the effulgence is like this. All this, the effulgence is like thousands of suns. So even Arjuna, even though he had divine eyes, he's not able to see. He was not able to see the glaring effulgence of this universal form. Okay, so but still somehow he could see through the because of his effulgence he could not see, but still somehow he could see what it had a form which is adorned with various crowns and clubs and this. He could see all this now. So they had a mukut, they had all these things. Okay, the discs and clubs and everything. Okay, and next 17. Your form, oh yeah, that we discussed, right? 17. Now let's come to the 18th one. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the best in all the universes. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of religion, the eternal personality of Godhead. So, what is Arjuna saying? You are the supreme primal objective. So, what is he's the supreme goal. So, reaching Krishna is understanding Krishna is a primary goal, right? So, that is what is being said here. So, you are the best in all the universes. Okay. So, Arjuna is saying you're the best in all the universes. Okay. You are inexhaustible. Okay, let me just do the charging. It's only 5%. Okay, so he's saying that you are the best in all the universes. You are inexhaustible because his energies are also limitless. His opulences are limitless beyond our capacity. Okay, and you are the oldest. So he is Prapitamaha, right? He is the oldest person. He is the original person. He is the first person, right? And you are the maintainer of religion. Okay. Okay. So he is Prapitamaha, he is the oldest, and you are the maintainer of religion. So Krishna, he is the maintainer of the eternal dharma. Okay. And what finally are saying? They are saying personality of Godhead. So he is like a person. He has a form. God has a form. Okay. Next, in 19, you are the origin without beginning. So Arjuna is telling all this now. So you are the origin without beginning, middle or end. So he's able to see, I mean, like, it's limitless, it's just going on. You're without beginning, middle, or end. So you have numberless arms, and the sun and the moon are among your great unlimited eyes. Okay, so we know that Krishna eyes are the sun and the moon. Okay, and by your own radiance, you are heating this entire universe. So how like, because through the sun only we get heat, right? So it is like through his radiance. What the sun gets its effulgence from where? From Krishna, right? Because Krishna's body is so effulgent. Okay, so because of that, Arjuna is saying, because of you, the sun is getting that heat and light. Okay, so that is the reason. So now let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport 11.9. Okay, nothing is given, so we'll go to, we'll see in 20. Okay, so now Arjuna's description of Kala Rupa, the form as time, we'll see. Okay, so 11.20. So although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, as I behold this terrible form, I see that all planetary systems are perplexed. Okay, now Arjuna is telling how he is feeling seeing the universal form and how others are who have seen it. Now, in the shloka, we get to know that it is not only Arjuna that who has seen this terrible universal form. Okay, who else saw it? The other people. Now, it is in the shloka, it is revealed that I see that all the planetary systems are perplexed. Okay, so now let's see the purport. People in other planets also were able to see the universal form. Okay, so now let's see what Prabhupada says in 20. Okay, so what Prabhupada says, there is no limit to the extent of the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so there's no beginning, there's no end, there's no middle. So here and in many other places, there is repetition. They are always saying that the opulences are so much limitless, many. Why they are saying? Because we cannot, a human mind cannot behold. That's why they're repeating the things. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. So when we are saying again and again, we should not think that, oh, they are saying exaggerating. No, it is said. Why many times we are saying many like that? Because it is bewildering. Okay, it is said that at the time of bewilderment or wonder or great ecstasy, statements are repeated again and again. So that is not a flaw. It is not a mistake. Okay, so that we should understand. So 21, we'll see the shloka and then we'll come back. All the demigods are surrendering and entering into you. They are all very much afraid, and with folded hands, they are singing the Vedic hymns. Okay, see now the demigods have seen. Okay, so all the demigods are surrendering and entering into you. They are very much afraid, and with folded hands, they're singing Vedic hymns. So now let's see what Prabhupada says in 21. Okay, the demigods in all the planetary systems, they could also see the universal form. Now Arjuna is revealing why? Because he could see that all of them were feared, and they are fearful, seeing the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence. And what are they doing? And so they prayed for protection. Okay, so that when they saw this fearful form, the demigods also they got fearful, and they prayed to Krishna for protection. So now let's see 22. Okay, now it's like a normal description of what Arjuna says, everything. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Satyas, the Vishwa Devas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So the Arjuna is telling, see, not me, not the demigods, everybody is seeing you and they are beholding you. They're seeing this universal form in wonder. Now 23. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your many faces, eyes, arms, bellies, and legs, and your terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Okay, so now what is Arjuna saying? See, all these demigods they have seen, they're disturbed, seeing your many faces, many eyes, many arms, bellies, legs, and your terrible teeth. See, we can see, right, the teeth of Krishna in one form we can see here. So, like they are disturbed, so even I am also disturbed. Okay, does it have a purport? Let me just check. Okay, so like that, like even I am disturbed seeing your terrible mouth and all that teeth of yours, and I'm also very disturbed. Next, 11 or 24. Oh, all pervading Vishnu, I can no longer maintain my equilibrium. Seeing your radiant colors fill the skies and beholding your eyes and mouths, I am afraid. So now Arjuna is saying that I am seeing everything. You are limitless, and your eyes, everything, eyes, arms, bellies, mouth. Mouths also he's saying it's very scary. Your mouths are like you're seeing your teeth and everything inside. You're devouring everybody inside. I'm scared seeing that universal form, like how others are scared. I mean, be careful. So 26, 27, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona and Karna, and all our soldiers are rushing into your mouths, their heads smashed by your fearful teeth. I see that some are being crushed between your teeth as well. So what is Arjuna saying? All the sons, we could see what is happening. All the sons of Dhritarashtra and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the soldiers are rushing into your mouths. You could see they are all being killed by Krishna. Because we said rightly, Arjuna could see everything, present or future also, what is going to happen. So he's seeing that everybody, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and soldiers from their side also, they're entering into the mouths of Krishna. What is happening? And through the mouths, like he's smashing their heads as they're entering the mouths. He's crushing them by with his fearful teeth. Okay, so that is what Arjuna is telling. I'm able to see all this. Okay, 1 second. Let's see if there's a purport to this. Yeah. So, so in the previous verse, the Lord, okay. And so now Arjuna, he sees that the leaders of the, this is the purport, okay. Arjuna sees that the opposite party, like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra, and their soldiers, and Arjuna's own soldiers are also being annihilated. So it means that they're going into the mouth of Krishna and they're getting crushed, and the heads are getting crushed in the teeth of that universal form. Okay. So this is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Krishna, Arjuna will emerge victorious. So what is this confirming now? That Arjuna will win the battle because all these people are killed. Now he could see the future, right? So he understood, oh, finally I'm going to win. He understood that now. It is also mentioned here that Bhishma, who's supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed because we know Bhishma has Icha Mrityu, right? So that Bhishma also he'll be killed. His head will also be smashed. He's showing in the future that finally Bhishma is also going to be killed. I mean, he will die. Okay. And not only will the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors on Arjuna's side also will be smashed. So that's what Prabhupada is trying to say. And in 28, so as the rivers flow into the sea, so all these great warriors enter your blazing mouth and perish. Okay, how many rivulets enter into the sea, right? Okay, they enter, and so like that, all these warriors are entering into your blazing mouth. Okay, we saw how fearful that mouth of universal form of Krishna is, right? It's like fire is coming out, and so and they are entering into their mouth, and they are getting crushed in the teeth of the universal form. Okay, now let's see 29. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouth as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. Okay, so what are they comparing? See how the speed at which these people are entering into the universal form, the mouth. They are Prabhupada is they are comparing it to moths. Moths, we all know, right? When they get attracted by this fire, they find fire so bright and interesting. Even though they see one moth goes into the fire and it dies, they still the next moth, it gets attracted to that light, and he also goes and jumps into it and he dies. So it's full speed like that. They don't think like that. At full speed, all these living entities are rushing into your mouth. That is what Arjuna is saying. Next, in 11.30, O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides. Okay, with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence, you are manifest with terrible scorching rays. Okay, so through the mouth, we could see in earlier one of the pictures that the fire was coming from the mouth of the universal form, that is of Krishna, from the universal form. So, what is Arjuna saying? I see you devouring people from all sides with your flaming mouth, blazing mouth. See, we can see here also, right? Besides Krishna, there is that fire that is coming out of the mouth here, beside both sides, right? So, like that. At that fast, and we can see all of them are entering into the mouth, right? So, like that. So, covering all the universe with your effulgence, you are manifest with terrible scorching rays. Okay. And next, see 11.31. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. So now, because Arjuna, though he knows that it's Krishna, he's so confused because he saw so many forms of the Lord in that universal form. So he's like puzzled. That's why he's asking, tell me who you are. Okay, please tell me who you are and why have you come in this form. So he's asking. So let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. Oh, 1 second. Oh, nothing is given here actually. Purport, there's nothing. Okay, now let's see the 32. So here Arjuna is asking because he's puzzled, he's confused, I mean like he's shocked, astonished seeing that so many forms, all opulences. So he's asking, please tell me who you are and why have you come? What is your mission in this form? So now let's see here in the chart here. Okay, so Arjuna questions like, who are you? Okay, what is your mission? What is the, because when Krishna takes every avatar, there is a purpose for that avatar, right? So that's why Arjuna is asking, why have you taken? What is your mission? Why have you come in this universal form? So why Arjuna asked these questions? Because Arjuna knew Krishna as his friend and supreme personality of Godhead, but he was puzzled by various forms exhibited by Krishna. See, in the picture we can see, right? Now in the picture, in the universal form, he could see Mahavishnu, he could see Brahma, He could see Lord Shiva, all these various demigods, everybody he could see, and he was like puzzled. He was confused. Now 11.32 to 34. So now Krishna says that in the universal form he is time. So that is why he could see, right, past, present, future. So Krishna, he comes to the material person as death. Why as death? He takes away everything from that person. Okay? So as Kala comes, as death comes, what? You can't take anything, right? You can't even take a needle pin also with you. Nothing you can take. Now let's see. The Blessed Lord said, Time I am, destroyer of the worlds, and have come to engage all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both the sides will be slain. So Krishna is saying, as time passes, everybody, see, I am time, Kala. So the material world is run on time, right? It has a starting and ending point, right? It is temporary. So that is what Krishna is saying. I am time. So I am the destroyer of the worlds. Because at this material world, at a certain point of time, it has to be destroyed. Okay, so he's saying, what is he telling Arjuna? Now, with exception of you, only the Pandavas, only the five Pandavas will, five people, Pandavas will remain, and remaining all will be slain. All the soldiers here on both the sides, everybody will be slain. So let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport of 32. Okay, although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and supreme personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. So therefore, he asked further about the actual mission of this devastating Anga force. So he asks, what is your mission, okay, of this devastating force? So it is written in the Vedas that the supreme truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas. So he's saying that Krishna is saying, I'm that time. What is my mission? Actually, my mission is this. I am like I destroy everything. So even the Brahmanas too. So eventually, everybody has to leave, right? In this material world, everybody has to, even though he's a Brahmana or Kshatriya or anybody, everybody has to be devoured by the Lord. So eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. So they enter into the mouths of the universal form and into that, what do you say, that fire that is coming out from the mouth. So their heads go in and they get crushed between the teeth and they're killed. Okay, it's like a meal for the Supreme. So this form of the Supreme Lord is the all-devouring giant. And here Krishna presents himself in the form of all-devouring time. So as time passes, we all also have to leave our body, right? So that's what Krishna is telling. So my main aim is, like in the universal form, is time. As time progresses, I take away everything. So what is he telling Arjuna? Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. So Arjuna was not in favor of the fight and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. So what Arjuna thought, I will go to the forest and live by begging. I don't want to fight. There'll be so much sin and bloodshed and everything. So he will say no. But now Krishna is telling in reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them will be destroyed, for that was his plan. Okay, so now he saw, right? See, if Arjuna is not doesn't fight and kill them, even then he could see that they are dying, because he could see in the future of the universal form. He understood Lord's plan, Krishna's plan, that these people, everybody except the Pandavas, everybody will be killed. So even if Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way, but they are destined to be killed. Okay, so death could not be checked. See, if somebody is supposed to die at that time, by hook or by crook, he will die. You may think that I'm clever, I will escape this way, that way, that way. No, it is not possible. So that's why Krishna is telling Arjuna, see, you are saying you are not going to kill, but you are thinking if you don't kill, they will not die. I have already made a plan that they will be killed. somehow at that moment they will die. If you don't kill, but some other means they will die. That is for sure. Their death is for certain. Okay, so death cannot be checked, even if we did not fight. In fact, they were already dead because we saw, right, in the future what happened. Arjuna saw. They were already dead. So time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. So that is the law of nature. Prabhuji, please give me another 2-3 minutes. We'll just complete. I know you will have some classes at 8 o'clock. So just give me 2 minutes. I'll just finish fast. Okay? So death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. So time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. So that is the law of nature. Okay. Somehow, if not this way, that way, but we have to die. Okay. Now let's see 33rd shloka. तस्मात् त्वम् उत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वम् एव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. So this is a very important shloka. So therefore, what is Krishna telling him? Therefore, get up, Arjuna, and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy the flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachin, can be but an instrument in the fight. So now Krishna is telling, so you know the future. You've seen everybody dies except you five. So now you be an instrument. So you be the reason for their death. So you fight now. So you take the credit now. So anyway, I've killed. So Krishna is so merciful, He doesn't take the credit. Actually, Krishna has killed. He showed a future and he's saying that they will die. So now he wants to give the credit to his devotees. So now he wants Arjuna to get that credit of killing. So he's telling, see, anyway, they're dead. I've killed them. But I want to give you the credit of killing. So what you do, you just be an instrument in my hand. Okay, you just act as if you're fighting. So you when you fight, they will die. So you will get the credit. Okay, so now let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. Okay, Arjuna is mentioned here as Savyasachin. Savyasachin means one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the battlefield. Okay, so just begin. This statement is important. Just become an instrument. Nimitta matram. So you are just an instrument. Krishna is telling, it is not because of your strength that you could kill them and you became victorious. No, because Krishna already killed them. He is just an instrument. It appears that as if Arjuna is fighting and he is killed, and Krishna wants to give that credit. Okay, so the whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now we all can understand, right? So nothing happens in this material world. Everything happens per the plan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. We think that we are doing it. No. Okay, but we don't understand that because we can't see the future. Okay, but now through this example, I mean, like through this Bhagavad Gita and through Arjuna, when Arjuna saw that, he could understand now. See, the whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan, and all manifestations are but accidental formations. Okay, so everything they think it is accidental. Foolish people, they think that this nature is just going on like that, and all whatever is happening is just that by accident it is happening. Some people say this, right? This nature, material nature, is created as a result of explosion, and it just exploded like that, and this material universe came. How foolish, right? Okay, they don't understand. That's why Prabhupada says they're foolish persons. So there are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like, that's why they say this, oh, like this, it could have been created like this, like that. We see the scientists, right? They always give theories. It could be like that, it was like this, maybe like that. So, but there is no question of perhaps and maybe. So everything is very clear in the Shastras. We have every detail what is happening. It is not, oh, it could be like this, nothing like that. Everything is very clear. Okay, so there is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. Everything is like it happens. Even the death of people think they die by accident, right? So that is just not an accident. It is actually planned that we have to die like that. It is not happening by just a fluke or something like that. People dying, they are meant to die like that. Okay, so this cosmic, what is this plan? So there is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is the plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance. Well, actually, why this material world is created? For that also, Krishna has a plan. What is that plan? Why Krishna created this material world? So this cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back to home. So that's what we are all practicing now, right? So we are doing sadhana bhaktas. That is our goal. We want to go back to Godhead, go back to Krishna, right? So that is why we are doing all this sadhana. We are trying to understand God, Krishna, through Bhagavad Gita, through his own words. So as long as they have the domineering mentality, which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned, they are baddha. So as long as the common people or material people, they think, oh, I am the master, I want to enjoy, I am the supreme enjoyer. They think, as long as they think like that and they do sense gratification, they are still in Maya, they are conditioned, they are baddha jivas. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. Because we know that this material world is full dukkhalaya, Krishna himself says, and it is temporary. See, even though you think, okay, for instance, if you think you are leading a comfortable life, so even then we agree, okay, so you are comfortable, but you can't stay permanently, right? This world itself is temporary. You can't stay comfortably throughout till the end, throughout. You have to die sometime, right? So that is not possible. So the creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under this superior guidance of God. Not like how other people think Prakriti just came like that, everything is happening accidentally, not like that. So behind this Prakriti, there is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who manages, who does everything, who handles everything, how it should be done and everything. Okay, so it happens under the superior guidance of God. Okay, everything happens per a plan of God. So thus the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. So Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told now that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. So then, if we act according to what Krishna says, then we will be happy. So like that, if Krishna now fights, then he will be happy. That is what Krishna is trying to say. So if one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect. Okay, so that is what Prabhupada is saying. Now let's see the last shloka for the day. Okay, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you'll vanquish your enemies in the battle. So now what Krishna is telling, see all these people you saw in the future, what is going to happen in the universal form. So all these people will be killed by me. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and many other great warriors, they've already killed by me. So therefore, you take the credit. So no, you kill them, and you don't be disturbed now. You kill them. Just simply fight and be an instrument, and kill all the people in the battlefield. Okay, now let's see what Prabhupada says in the purport. See, every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he does not take credit for that. Actually, Krishna killed all of them, right? He should get credit for that. But he's so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give the credit to his devotees. See, who carry out his plan. So if we carry out Krishna's plan, we act according to how Krishna says, Krishna tries to give the credit to us. He never takes the credit. He wants to give the credit to his devotees who carry out his plan according to his desire. So life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness. So if you're always Krishna conscious, right, in everything, material activities also, Krishna helps us. He gives us the credit and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of a spiritual master. So we cannot understand, like the Gnanis, they say that, oh, we are very intelligent, through the books we will read and understand God. No. How we have to go? Krishna is telling, through the medium of a spiritual master. Okay, otherwise we cannot understand Krishna. Only under the guidance of a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, coming from the Guru Parampara, disciplic succession, can we understand Krishna. The plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by His mercy. Okay, so only we can understand the plan of God through His mercy, through Krishna's mercy. And the plans of the devotees are as good as His plans. Okay, so only by Krishna's mercy can we understand His plan. Okay, and the plans of the devotees are as good as His plans, because He guides the devotees. So if the devotees are telling something, planning something, it is like Krishna gives them the intelligence. Okay, so one should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence. So that's why we should just follow the plan of Krishna and be victorious in the struggle of struggle of existence. Means we have to get out of this material world and go back to Krishna. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll close here.